What are the biggest challenges preventing more solar companies from adopting drone technology?
So yeah, we did kind of touch on this a little bit before, as I
Hmm.
alluded to. I've observed a lot of issues over the last 10 plus years in the solar industry. Many of the companies being focused on mass adoption and their sales tactics being more of a slash and burn, get into a market, hit heavy, get as many people to sign up and installed as quickly as possible, because the longer you do that, the more that costs and your profit margins go down over time. And door knocking and those kind of marketing tactics tend to not be very highly liked over time. So your numbers, your percentages go down. The other side of it is you have a section of the solar industry that is the nationwide remote solar bros. The one thing I'm going to say about that is, why pay extra for a middleman versus the actual installer? And if you're going through this middleman in BFE, middle of the country, and you live somewhere else, and they say it's going to make XYZ, but there's a local jurisdictional issue, who are you calling? Are you calling that guy, or are you calling the installer that who's the installer? That's a great question. So time and time again, I've seen that where the sales orgs pop up, they mow through markets, disappear, leaving those people that do install 5, 7, 10 years down the road going, my inverter broke, or one of my micro inverters broke. Who do I call? They're not in business anymore. Who do I go to? So then then they're considered orphaned. The fact that there's a term in the industry of orphaned solar customers because
Wow.
their installers are out of business. All right. That is a huge issue in the market right now. Trust. Secondly, if not most or more importantly, is the big utility companies. You don't have to go solar. There's no need for it right now because you have electricity. The nice thing is it costs less when the sun is free and you own your own solar system. But big utility companies don't want you to know that. And secondly, they're throwing their weight, their big dollar amounts in their pockets as far as marketing and misinformation to say that, you know, all your neighbors and buddies that have gone solar, they're actually hurting you. They're costing you more money. Why? Because the whole market, the whole neighborhood, the grid, we built this to say that it's going to have X amount of people. And if there's 100 solar people, that means you got to pay for their share. What the utility companies aren't saying is that there are also 5,000 new homes being built and being added to the grid. So it's a red herring as far as making the media chase something that doesn't really add up. But basically, the utility companies are saying that they're going to have to, it's going to cost them more for them to get other people electricity because you as a homeowner have solar on your house. I don't think that's 100% accurate. And there's a reason why they do this, as far as their business model is not for solar installs. So a lot of these utility companies have used this information to go to the power utilities commissions in each state. Florida, Arizona, California are big ones to look at as far as the changes. Texas is an open utility, so there are changes there. There's a lot of states that are pushing against solar because the powers that be have control of the power, not necessarily the electrical power. But what they're doing is they're going to the utility commissions and saying, hey, it's not fair for us to have to pay 1 to 1 and a fair net metering. We should pay 20 cents or 30 cents on the dollar. Overall, they're making hand over fist in profits either.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of smoke and mirrors for the homeowner, the business owner, the property owner to not make any benefit out of owning their own system.